Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I haven't done a video in a while, a little bit longer than I would have liked, to take a little bit of a break. I shouldn't really be taking breaks, but my life hasn't really been ideal to where I can comfortably make videos. And also I've just been sick a lot, like way more than I've ever been sick. So it wouldn't be appropriate to come on here when I'm all phlegmy and nose stuffy and coughing a lot. So I had to wait until I got a little bit better. So I'm a lot better now, and here I am. And also my life feels a little bit okay right now. So here we are. Also, first things first, I'm not wearing any makeup today. I just didn't feel like putting makeup on. Today's video is actually going to be an art video. It actually is going to be a sketch with me video, so it should be a lot of fun. I wanted to start planning out this painting that I've been wanting to do, and I've just been wanting to make more art videos, but I didn't know what kind of art videos to make. So I just figured, why not start with this project and start with a sketch with me video. Before we actually start this project, I do have a couple of announcements to make. The first announcement, and you probably will already have seen it once this video goes live, is that I published a website. For the past like month and a half, I've been working on this website with Wix. This is not a sponsored video. I wish that it was. I could really use the money. I used Wix to create this website, and I knew that because I'm not in school anymore and I've been wanting to do freelancing forever, and I knew that if I ever did need to get a job, I would need a proper portfolio, because I can't reference a company or a client to just my Tumblr page or my social media page, because it's just cluttered with like doodles and sketches and stuff, and I know that they would rather see more proper work and my best work, if that makes sense. And this website will be where you can find all of my best work, all of my finished work. I probably will make it so I put like a sketchbook in there, like a sketchbook page in there. The sun is getting like really bright, sorry. It's really like messing with the lighting. And you'll also find a proper about me page. You'll find a page where you see all my characters and their character charts, and you'll also find a commission page, which leads me to my next announcement, is that I am accepting commissions. I will be accepting sketch commissions and also finished line work commissions. You can refer to the commission page on my website, which will be linked in the description box, and really see what I do, the type of work that I do, and I will also, like, I added a description of how to ask for commissions and stuff. If you commission any artist, I highly recommend you go to like their website first before asking them, so you probably know what to ask for. So yeah, those are the announcements that I have today. Once again, I will link my website in the description box. So I did want to mention it's also raining, and you are literally right by the window, so you can hear all the noise. So sorry. So yeah, that is all the announcements I have for this video. So let's get started on the project. The paper I'm using is actually the Strathmore sketch paper, fine tooth surface, 9x12 sheets. This painting, I actually want it to be an 11x14 painting. So I'm probably gonna have to print out the actual size. I just ripped out that paper and we're gonna do it on this loose paper. I don't know why I just decided to do that. I actually want to repaint this painting and also this one. They're actually the same character. Let me just give you like a background of this character really quick. These are actually the same character. One is supposed to be like her royal version, like her more elegant version, and the other one is supposed to be her more evil demon-ish side, I guess. Not really evil, but like this is just like her, what she looks like in this you know, setting, I don't know. I actually have had this character for, let's see, probably more than 5 years, I think. Up until this point, well, up until recently, she never had a name. She was just kind of like a character that I just made randomly. But it wasn't until my digital media class where I actually had to come up with a scenario, come up with a setting, and visually paint that setting with different characters. One of the subjects that I had to choose was mythology, and I decided, you know what, I like the story of Hades and Persephone. So you know what, I just decided this is my version of Persephone. This would be like her home version, like when she's with her mother, and then this would be like her the version of her when she's home with Hades, if that makes sense. So, but I want to redo these paintings, starting with this one, and then I'll do this one. I kind of want to do one with Persephone and Hades. I don't know if I should do 3 paintings, or if I should just do Persephone alone and then Persephone with Hades. I don't know. And then I did take some reference photos. I mean, I didn't take this photo. I actually found this on Pinterest. I've really been loving Pinterest lately. I don't know who this person is and I don't know where it's from, but I will do like a Google reverse image. I don't know what it's called, but I'll try and look it up. Otherwise, if I can't find it, then I guess I'll link it to the Tumblr. It linked me to a Tumblr page, but it didn't link me to like the artist or even the model. So if I can't find the model, then I'll probably just link it to the Tumblr page or the Pinterest page. And then I did take some hand references, and this was the one that I chose because I didn't want to just full-on copy this image. I kind of just wanted to use her pose and then use the hands that I wanted. So yay. This is really hard. This would be a lot easier if this is at an angle, but it's not. I'm kind of out of practice because I've been doing a lot of digital art lately. I don't remember the last time. Well, no, I do remember the last time. Duh. My last traditional art piece was my self-portrait piece. My last traditional art piece was my self-portrait art, and yeah, and I'm just gonna go further with more traditional art because I miss doing traditional art. I've actually been wanting to do a lot more paintings lately, or at least this year I wanted to do more paintings. I wanted to do like a painting at least each month, at least one painting, and then I just entirely missed January. I was like, oh, it's already February, I don't have a painting. If my head is in frame, I apologize, but there's nothing really I can do about it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to sketch it how it is, and then I'll sketch it how it is, and then if I don't like it, I can just transform it in Photoshop. So this obviously isn't going to look exactly like the model. I've said before that I'm not a realist. I love realism and I love how it looks, but I, first of all, am way too far in my career, I guess, in my skills, to just go to realism, if that makes sense. I'm gonna try and be as accurate as possible, but I also just don't want to copy the image. So there's that. What am I saying? I don't want to just straight up copy the image, but I also don't, like, I want to be accurate, but I don't want to like be a biter. Do people even say biter anymore? Like, I don't. Or am I just too old? I've been trying to think of different ways to change this character. Like, I kind of don't want her to wear that flower crown anymore. Or maybe I can like change it up sometimes and maybe make it so I don't know what to say, to be honest. This is my first time ever doing this, so I should have done a more broader angle so that I can see how the shoulders fall. So as I'm doing this, I kind of want to tell you guys how I even got into mythology. Do I actually like mythology or whatever? I've always like appreciated mythology and that type of art, but I don't really know that much about it to just say out loud, you know what I mean? I can't like recite mythology to a T, if that makes any sense. I'm trying my best to do fingers correctly. Just where the bones are, like the knuckles. And then, yeah, oh, that looks good, okay. Anyways, how I actually got into mythology, how much do I know about mythology? I know basics of mythology, like I know who some people are, but I don't know in depth of their story, I guess. And I also am just talking about Greek mythology, because that's where Persephone and Hades are from. They're from Greek mythology. And yeah, but even like there's different versions of them, like there's Roman mythology, and I think the Roman version of Hades, I guess, I think is Pluto. I don't know who Persephone's version of in Roman mythology is, but yeah. And how that sparked interest is that I was watching a Let's Play of God of War. Oh, I feel like these should be longer. Should they be longer? They're a little bit shorter. Yeah, I was watching a Let's Play of God of War, and that's not even like Greek mythology. That's Norse mythology, which I like too. I know basics of Norse mythology. But yeah, I was looking up very briefly looking up differences of Norse mythology versus Greek mythology, and that led me to the story of Persephone and Hades. Persephone was, I think, in the garden. I don't remember who she was with, if she was with anybody. She was in the garden, and I think she got, like, was it that she got distracted by flowers? I don't really remember. See, that's how much I know about it. And Hades kidnapped her, but I'm pretty sure that she fell in love with him. I don't think it's like a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing. Like, I don't think she fell in love with her abuser. Like, I think that they actually fell in love. Like, she fell in love with him. Because apparently, and I didn't know this either, because I was like curious about it. Like, that's kind of messed up, isn't it? That she is all of a sudden in love with her kidnapper. But apparently every time that she had to go see her mother, Hades would cry. So I also wanted to tell you guys about the series that I thought of while being interested in Norse mythology and also Greek mythology, all like ranges of mythology. I really want to I wanted to start a new series, and that series would be an art series. And I wanted it to be a collection of women in mythology. So I wanted to do, I feel like I didn't want to do like all women in mythology, because that's a lot of women in mythology. But I wanted to do like, I wanted to do a Valkyrie, I wanted to do a Siren, I wanted to redo Persephone, which is what, you know, I'm doing right now. I wanted to do the Undines, which I think is technically, I think they're technically mermaids, but I could be wrong also. And I also wanted to do a harpy. I don't remember what mythology that is though, but I wanted to do a harpy. I wanted to do actually I think that's it. So let's see. Harpy, Undines, Persephone, so a Valkyrie. So 4 paintings? That's kind of boring. So basically it would just be like, basically just the ones that I really know, because I don't want to do people and characters that I didn't really know of. Like I wanted to do like proper research and stuff like that, and I just wanted to know, I wanted to do the ones that I actually did know. I feel like the hands are a little bit too real for the rest of the body. This is really hard because my hands are fat and I imagine Persephone as not being fat. Like I imagine her to be really thin actually. Oh my god. That's okay, I'm not, this is gonna be like a transfer sketch, so that's fine. I mean, I guess that looks okay. There's not much to the hand that's going on, to be honest. So I do want to try and recreate the face a little bit. I'm gonna try my best. Once again, this isn't going to be like a realist painting or even a realist drawing. I'm gonna try my best. But it's not going to be 100% accurate. Except, is that too far down? Damn it. I might have to, crap. Oh yeah, that position looks a little bit better. I think what inspired me to do this video is that I've been watching a lot of Drawing with Waffles a lot. She opens up a lot of like art mystery boxes, and she's an artist also, but she always like draws live. She never really like, I don't think I've seen a speed paint from her. So anyways, I really like her, I really like her content. I like how she does her videos. I don't remember what her eyes look like. Like her eyes are closed in this painting. I don't remember what color her eyes are. That already looks weird. So eyes are actually supposed to be the same width apart. I guess that's accurate. You know what, I could just use a ruler. I have this. So it's about 2 centimeters. And then it's kind of the same. And then that width looks fine. Okay, I was right the first time. Should she wear makeup in this? I feel like none of the women I draw actually wear makeup. But I feel like I should put some sort of effort into them, I guess. I mean, I always do the lashes, but I never actually do the makeup. I'm thinking, should it look like she's swooning over Hades? I don't know. I always draw her in a way that she looks sad for some reason. In the photo, this girl has like gauges in her ears, so the ears are a little bit warped. Also, I realized I've never actually drawn this character with ears. I think that's why she was like, I always thought she was like my easiest character because she didn't have ears. You know what? Today is the day. This year is a year of not hiding body parts behind certain things in order to, you know, make less of an effort. You know, we gotta make an effort this year, everybody. This is also testing my ability to draw in perspective, kind of. Because I either draw my characters in a 3/4 turn or straight ahead, if that makes sense. I've tried to put them in this angle where they're looking up, but I've never successfully done it up until, I would say, right now. I feel like I've done a pretty good job so far. So the overall base sketch looks pretty good. I should probably flip it to see if it actually looks good. Sorry, I don't have like a... yeah, I guess that looks fine. Kind of want to have her lips parted a little bit. This is probably the most like accurate painting or drawing I've ever done. That looks weird. I feel like I always draw lips and faces crooked because like all of me is crooked. Like I feel like my face is crooked. Like part of my face and my eye is like a little bit lower than it should be. Like my face 100% is not symmetrical, and I feel like that's why I draw the way that I do, because I've heard that artists tend to put themselves in their artwork a lot, and I feel like that's true. I kind of see myself, I don't know if that sounds weird, but I kind of do see myself in a lot of my artwork. This nose looks a little bit too far down still. Might have to fix it, which means the ears have to go and everything else needs to go. So I started doing noses like that lately. The circle, I don't know why. I think it's because Rin, Drawing with Waffles, does that a lot, and I just decided, you know what, why not try it? I really should have my laptop on. We're filming on my phone and I can't get like text messages or calls when I'm recording, so I need to have at least my computer running so that I could get text messages and stuff. One day I'll have a setup with my camera and some studio lights, but for now we're just gonna have to work with my phone. And I kind of, after my last video, I kind of swore that I wasn't gonna use my phone anymore, but the setup just looks a lot better. And the reason why I said I wasn't gonna do that anymore is because it took forever just to export, because I guess the phone video files are way bigger. Well, obviously they are. Video files tend to be a lot bigger, but they're a lot bigger than the DSLR camera, I guess. But yeah, it was a real struggle, and I had to delete a bunch of files, but I recently just put an order for an external hard drive, so I should be able to do whatever I want now. That looks a little bit like a clown nose, but this specific line won't be here. It'll kind of just look like that, I guess. Now it feels too high. See, in Photoshop, obviously I'm not saying that Photoshop is a little bit easier, but you know, you have better resources. I don't have to erase when I'm in Photoshop. I can just, you know, grab a lasso tool and then transform it and move it around. I'm catching myself trying to be as realistic as possible, and I literally just said I'm not a realist. Like, I don't know why I'm trying so hard. It's like some weird rumbling. It's raining outside, which I feel like makes it perfect to do this video. That's not gonna look good when I paint it. I actually don't know if I'm gonna be filming the painting process of this painting, because I need it to be, I mean, I could probably paint it with this flat, but I need it to be facing upwards. I mean, I could probably change the angle of the tripod that I'm on. I think that looks way better. Sorry if the eraser shavings have been bothering you. I've kind of just been trying to work a little bit faster. It's a little bit crooked. One of these days I want to do an Instagram live. Oh wait, I should go back to what I was saying. As I was saying, I kind of, I don't know, we'll see what happens with this painting. I can't do it with my DSLR because then I'd have to restart the camera like every 20 minutes. And the last time I did a painting, I actually tried painting one of the first version of Persephone, and that went very bad. It was not a good experience because I always had to check the camera. I always had to see where it left off, and a DSLR isn't actually meant to record for that long, so that's why it shuts off every 20 minutes. So when it shuts off, I have to turn it back on. It's a nitpicky, you know, thing I have to do, but with the phone, I can just leave it like that. We'll see what happens. And painting takes hours. I don't know if you guys know that, but painting takes forever. I'm just gonna map out where I want her hair, like really quickly. Oops. And really messily. When has curly hair ever been actually like neat or anything? So I think I'm gonna have to like print this out and actually make it the size that I want. As I said before, I want to make it an 11 by 14 painting. So this is her head. It actually might be a little bit too big, but see her hairline, it falls to the side, or it's actually covered by like I think a black piece of cloth. I don't think that's actually her hair. Oh, maybe that's why it looks a little bit different or a little weird. But when you're in this perspective, I know for a fact that you can't actually see her hairline. Like I wouldn't be able to just do that and make it passable, or maybe I could. So looks like the overall sketch is done. I mean, besides her clothes, but I'll get to that later. She looks sad, and I kind of don't want her to be sad. Should I make her smile a little bit? I mean, I should fix the eyebrows a little bit, but you know. Persephone, I'm pretty sure, wasn't an all around, that sounded weird. I'm pretty sure she wasn't an all around sad person. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she wasn't an all around sad person, so I probably shouldn't make her to be that way. Kind of don't know what to say at this point. Now I'm just adding details that don't need to be there. Oh, now I remember what her eyes look like. Her eyes are actually like really light. Like, you know Hinata, or I don't remember how to say her name. Hinata by Naruto. She's by Naruto. Hinata from Naruto. That's how I envision her eyes to be like that. I don't know why I just forgot that. I even added that detail in the digital painting that I did for class. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna print out the outfits that I want to make, that I want to put her in, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so see how she has like a high neck, long sleeve kind of thing. It's kind of plain. I did envision it to be like lacy kind of, but I wasn't talented enough to do it. But since she is my version of like a Greek goddess, I feel like I should put her in, sorry, that's my printer. So I feel like she should now be in some sort of Greek-ish type of clothing, but still kind of modern-ish. But this is the dress that I envision her in, along with a couple of more dresses that I found on Pinterest. This was actually linked to an Etsy page. If that is the source, I will link it in the description box. I technically didn't really need to print this out because it's only like this part that's going to be showing, but I wanted to keep it anyway just for references. And yeah, we're going to try and recreate that right now. I kind of set myself up for disaster a little bit because Greek clothing means a lot of folds and stuff, and I am not really that great when it comes to folds. I do folds like pretty quickly and not very accurate, but yeah. But I'm gonna try my best. I guess it kind of looks like that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. I did try and look up a couple of outfits for Hades, should that day come that I actually paint him and try and draw him at least. Because I did do a version of him for class, but this arm looks a little bit thinner than this arm, doesn't it? Fuck. It kind of folds over this way. The sleeves are a little bit weird. I don't know if they come together or if they're open that way, because this looks like this is where the wrist is, right? But this doesn't really have that. Unless it's just open like that. Like, is this where the wrist ends? Or where your hand would go? I think I'm gonna make it... I rarely ever see long sleeve Grecian clothing. But I guess I can make it long sleeve. I've always envisioned her with long sleeves. Because if it's just that, then that's technically it. Because it looks like, this doesn't look like a full-length arm. It looks like the arm, like the hand would go up to here. So if this is it, then I would just stop here. I kind of don't want to stop here. I kind of feel like I just started. I think I'll just stop here, at least for the clothing anyway, and see if it looks good. If I need to, I'll just add it in Photoshop. Now I don't know if I want to put her in the flower crown or not, or I kind of have been just thinking of just putting flowers in her hair, like just randomly flowers in her hair. But I don't know if I want to stick to the black flowers, because if I make her wear a flower crown, it would have to go like this. Right? That's how flower crowns are. And then, do I want it to be black roses, or do I want it to be like a plethora of flowers? But then again, if this is a Greek goddess, they don't really have flower crowns. So I'm looking up references, and it looks like flower crowns don't need to be on the forehead. I don't know why I thought that's how they would look like. So the references that I'm looking at, it looks like the flower crowns like just sit pretty much on top of the head. So really, I could just make a flower crown look like that, right? And have, like, say a flower here, have different sizes of these flowers. Kind of just shorten this top right here, because they sit on top and the hair flows at the bottom. I could just cover this part and have her hair come down from below. This is really confusing. I would also have to properly research how to construct an actual flower crown. See, now she kind of just looks like a mermaid crown or something. I kind of like how it looked like before with the hairline and stuff. I all of a sudden don't remember how it looked like. Yeah, kind of like how that looks like. But do I want to put flowers in her hair? I mean, it only makes sense because she's the goddess of spring and all that. But I guess just in this perspective, I don't really know how to do it. How to actually put it on her head. I guess in perspective, it should just look like this. Because realistically, a flower crown doesn't necessarily need to look like that. This canvas is really dirty. I'm sorry, everybody. But, oh, there are some references that it looks like they do look like that. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss right now. I think what I'm gonna do, I actually am going to do the roses this way. And if you notice, my roses aren't actually accurate either. I'm gonna try and be as accurate as possible, but I'm not gonna really succeed, really. This will be a little bit confusing, but I feel like it's gonna turn out okay. What I can do is I can lower this opacity in Photoshop and then kind of trace over it haphazardly so that it at least looks kind of good. Again, if my head is in frame, sorry about that. Maybe I should have it the way I've always had it. Let me see. Because I kind of want it to look good in perspective, but I also don't want to make it as realistic as possible because then I'll just start crying. Why doesn't it look like it should that way? I feel like it should be bigger. But then again, this is more of like a perspective piece. See if this that. No, that's actually gonna look a little flat. See, now it just looks like just a, but you know what? That doesn't look that bad. I think I'm gonna keep it that way. That actually looks really weird. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta stick with what you know. And my roses don't really look that weird. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. Should have done this from the beginning. I know that this sketch looks really crazy, but this is just the preliminary sketch, the very first sketch of the project. So it's gonna look fine when the project is over. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. She kind of looks like a child. I don't know why. Pretty sure the Greeks didn't have long hair. I mean long nails, but I'm gonna make it like that anyway. I think that we are finished. The sketch is actually finished. Alright, so that is actually it for this video. I really like how the sketch turned out, and I'm really excited of how the project's gonna be because I had a really fun time sketching this, so I know that I'm gonna have a really fun time painting it. The next step is rendering it in Photoshop and then printing it at 11 by 14 and then getting a canvas because I don't have an 11 by 14 canvas. So that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!